Okay. All right. How's everybody doing? We are in. We finally have all four of us as well. We haven't had all four of us in quite a while.
God, it's been a minute.
Before our trip to Long Island, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we've missed a little bit of hockey. But what we first need to talk about, first of all, guys, have you seen this Once Upon a Time in Anaheim thing?
No.
On ESPN?
No.
Oh.
No.
So I just saw it on Twitter the other day. It's basically it's like a part of the E60, I think. Like the ESPN 60, whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah, like the documentaries they do. Yeah.
It's a documentary
different sports stories.
Yeah, and I think it talks about the Ducks. I think it talks about them like how they came to be like a franchise. Right. And then it also goes through their first cup in 2003. They win in 2003?
7. They went to the final in 3.
Okay, that's what it's. Okay, it's talking about their trip to the final then.
That's kind of cool though.
Oh yeah, because they lost to the Devils with Scott Stevens.
Yes. Well, that team was Jean-Sebastien Giguère in a dream the entire way.
Yeah.
That was I think that was the last losing player won the Conn Smythe Trophy year.
Yeah, I think you're right. But yeah, so it's a documentary about that, and I saw it today. So we went to, we were at Danielle's hometown at her mom's this weekend. What the hell's on my keyboard? We were at her mom's this weekend, and we went for brunch at a barbecue place this morning.
Ooh.
Which is very good. I didn't even mess around with the breakfast part. I just got a pulled pork sandwich and tater tots. But yeah, it was on the TV. I was like, oh, there it is. So I'm gonna be watching.
How was it? Dude,
well,
how was what you saw?
It looked pretty good. It's like, ESPN, they're Disney / ABC. Well, I guess that's technically also Disney, but they know what they're doing production wise as far as like quality and whatnot. So it looks good.
Essentially, Mickey Mouse owns everything at this point.
We're getting there. He's working his way through every franchise that everyone loves and slowly destroying them.
Oh my god.
It's not going great. The hit rate on the movies and TV shows is like 1 out of every 5 at this point.
Yeah, it's going downhill. But you know what? We'll talk about that in a later episode. But yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see it. And we know.
I wonder, is that on ESPN Plus?
It should be.
I have the first reason in months to go on to ESPN Plus.
Oh, I go on all the time, but I also like watching. Like the sports documentary series over and over again. So,
well, do they have any just? I know they have a shitload of college stuff going on there all the time. Live.
Oh, like
do they have any
stuff?
other do they have any baseball or anything?
I want to say every day there is a different baseball game.
Like there's one
single MLB game.
I think there's 1 or 2. They might play an earlier one, like a 4:00 game, and then they always have like a primetime afternoon game if there's a game.
Right.
Yeah. I've watched a few, and every time there's a Rays one on, I'm like, oh, gotta watch it.
There you go. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's not. I like ESPN Plus. There is. Have you seen King's Ransom documentary about Gretzky getting traded to the Kings?
Oh no, I think I've heard of that, but I've never watched it.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's cool because that's like the previous generations. Like when we talk about what would a Connor McDavid trade look like, right? Like
$15 million in cash.
Right. yeah.
That was part of that deal.
Cash is the MVP of that trade.
Yeah,
because cash.
That is wild.
It was literal money.
Like Edmonton was just in that big a need of money. Like
yeah. Yeah, it was
weird.
That's a good one. I watched a series on the 80s Mets with like Darryl Strawberry and the pitcher. I forget what his name is, but
dude, when Buckner bobbled the ball. Did they go into that?
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember. I watched it a while ago.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on there. I would highly suggest going and look through it.
Bobby Bonilla.
Bobby Bonilla? Is that what you said?
When I think of old time Mets, I think of Bobby Bonilla.
Oh.
Oh yeah, Bobby Bonilla.
Nice.
Bobby Bonilla.
But anyway, we'll bring it back to hockey after whatever. Bobby Bone and
we have to have some tangents in the show. Right?
Yeah, you're right. I know. We save them for later. We'll start them off. Yeah.
It's been a while. We had to get it all out right.
So
right
you guys will have to tell me if I'm missing one that's important. But we're gonna start with coaching hires.
Okay.
Ducks.
Oh yes.
Finally bring in new blood. We get some new blood.
I know nothing about him, but it was cool to see that it is somebody different.
Well, I did.
You guys talked about Babcock last week, right?
I actually don't think we did.
No, we mentioned him.
Did we?
We mentioned him briefly, I think, but it was like a situation where at that point it was like we can go into it a little more because we weren't really sure what was going on there. But yeah.
So anyway, Greg Cronin is the new coach of the Anaheim Ducks. Please go back to the Mighty Ducks and change your jerseys back.
Or at least give us the Ducks mask logo in some form.
Please.
As the primary.
Orange
give us that.
They have it on the orange. I hate the orange.
I don't really like. Yeah, I don't like it very much.
It's too easy to say. The pylon joke is like right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, so they hire Greg Cronin, who has been the Colorado Eagles coach, their AHL team, for 5 years. So pretty long time. And I did look up his record because I wanted to know. And it was 164, 104, and 21. So he had a pretty good record, winning record. So yeah, I'd be excited. Should be fun. New perspective.
Interesting. And it's an AHL guy. Well, not necessarily like he can't do it in the NHL, but like a guy who's been working with a lot of younger players going to a team like Anaheim where
they are primarily young. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
should be fun.
Interesting to see how that goes.
It's going to work out better than like one of these, like if the Rangers decided to go with some newbie head coach that has never been in the league, right? Like you've got a bunch of veteran players on that team, so like they mesh well?
You kind of need somebody.
So, like they're in a situation. The Ducks are in a situation with a bunch of young guys that like at least they're going to understand his perspective and vice versa, right? Because
So plus
the Rangers. Oh, sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
I was just going to say,
I'm going to go on a tangent.
The Rangers, the like pressure of going into that building as the new head coach, if you've never coached in the NHL before, and you've got like those players, like, oh dear.
Yeah, they're a team that like they definitely do need to probably pick a more veteran coach, but just the ones they've been saying, it's like the two most prominent ones I've heard are Peter Laviolette and fucking John Hines.
I heard Laviolette's out of the race now on that job too.
So okay, well there you go.
The Heine man.
Maybe I don't know.
Anyway, we're off on a tangent, on an irrelevant tangent.
Heine man.
Well, I mean, they're in the coach hiring area.
Eric,
so it's still
Eric wants to have this tangent. So
I actually have. Well, yeah, I have another thought. So it was interesting. Speaking of new blood, so David Quinn was a new blood coach for the Rangers, right? And we all know how that turned out. That really didn't work out too well.
David Quinn. Who is he? Oh yeah.
And now, but see, the weird thing about him is now he's the Sharks coach. So like, you can't really make a judgment on him because it's like he is that Sharks team. To like, no offense to the Sharks, but like, I don't know.
You can't do much with that Sharks team.
Like he has Erik Karlsson.
Yeah. But Erik Karlsson. That's about it.
Wait, the tangent I wanted to go on about the Ducks. First off, I do think that coach is going to be pretty good. That new coach. I agree with what all of you said. I will not echo that.
The good thing is for him is he doesn't even have to be that good.
No,
he's just be better than last year.
Yeah.
But my friend Matt sent me this crazy Duck stat just yesterday because we're talking about them. Obviously, a new coach would help, but I wanna go through real quick with you guys the 2016-17 D core for the Anaheim Ducks. Are you guys ready?
16, 17.
17 D core.
I don't even know, man.
Some of these names might sound familiar. Brendan Montour.
He was over there?
Brendan
he went
Montour.
from there to Buffalo to.
Dang.
Brendan Montour, Josh Manson, Shea Theodore, Cam Fowler, Sammy Vatanen, and Hampus Lindholm, who's now on the Bruins. It's a pretty damn good decor.
Hampus Lindholm is the Bruins number one defenseman.
So three of those either have won a cup last year, or are going to win one.
Yep.
Well, two, I guess. Yeah.
Except for Cam Fowler.
Cam Fowler, he's the odd man out there, kind of.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that was kind of crazy. I didn't realize. I mean, and obviously it's one of those things, right? Like you look at, I guess, how your franchise develops players and stuff like that, and how long it's willing to hold on to them. But like you guys were saying, I guess an AHL coach trying to work with the young players before just getting rid of them all. It's probably the way to go.
Yeah,
probably the way to go. So yeah, interesting Duck stat. Wanted to share that with you all.
I want the Ducks to be good.
That'd be nice.
Thank you for that interesting Duck stat.
Of course. And thank you, Matt, for sending.
There we go.
All right. And then do you guys want to get into Babcock then? Columbus?
Sure.
Since we mentioned it. I have no idea how it's going to go. I feel like it's going to go poorly.
Yeah.
Oh, but you know, we can actually.
I feel like Laine and Goodrow are going to hate him.
Oh, my God.
I can't picture it going well with Laine. Yeah.
When they hired him, it was like the league or people or fans of the league are always like, hire somebody new, and they hired somebody new for the last coach, right? Or newer.
Yeah,
that's what Ben said. Yeah,
and it didn't go well. But now you bring an old
coach
veteran back like Babcock, who everybody hates. Like, what's his track record over his last 2-3 teams that he's coached, other than Detroit?
Yeah,
I don't think he's made it out of the first round since I think the year was 2013 when he was still with Detroit. He hasn't made it out of the first round since then.
So
and he hasn't been working in the NHL since I don't think since like 2019.
Yeah, he was fired that year.
Like,
yeah.
There was a lot of people lumping him in with a lot of the Chicago guys with like the scandals and stuff, and I'm like, we shouldn't really equate those.
No.
Mike Babcock's like whole scandal that happened was like more so that he's just an asshole.
They lumped in like him and the Marner stuff with all the other stuff.
Yeah, because it all kind of happened around the same time.
Yeah.
But like there's degrees here, guys, and Babcock stuff kind of boils down to he's just kind of an asshole.
He's an old school dick.
He's an old school dick of a coach, which is like, yeah, you probably shouldn't want him in today's league anymore because he isn't, unless he shows that he's been able to adapt.
But he didn't cover up a crime
not gonna work
here, fellas.
Right. It's like, all right, we gotta kind of keep these a little clearer here. It's like not great, but like, no, stop.
But you know what we can talk about as well, because they added a lot of dudes. They added Provorov and someone else. Right?
Severson.
Yes, that was the other one. That was a sign and trade.
Yes.
Provorov's a big deal.
That's two pretty solid defensemen. Severson is a bit younger, is he? Or is he the same age? I don't even know.
Severson's older.
I don't think he's that young. Yeah, because he had just hit UFA year, so he's got to be like 26, 27 at least.
Oh. Dang, boys. Are you saying that we're not young?
Not for a professional athlete. I mean, you're still young for a professional athlete, but like giving an 8-year deal to that. Oh, he's 28. So yeah, giving an 8-year deal to a 28-year-old.
36.
The first 3 or 4 years will probably be good, but
boys, I can barely get out of bed in the morning.
Yeah. I say my back's hurting every day at this point.
Dude,
granted, I have not been.
Could you imagine being a professional athlete? Like, we barely can get out of bed before we do. These guys get slammed all day long. Like, yes, they're in better physical shape than
training. Yeah,
they're better physical shape, and a lot of these teams have nice massage therapists.
And they got teams of doctors and everything. Yeah. Like they got a little more going into their upkeep than we do.
Yeah, for sure.
So basically, we should do 30 minutes of yoga every time we podcast.
Hey, do you guys want to start a yoga cast?
The Duster Squad podcast yoga hour.
We can all be in. What is it? What's the It's the one that you're like, is it not downward dog? The one where you're like,
where your ass is in the air?
No, your ass. It's like your face is like, I don't know.
I know what you mean.
You're doing like a U.
Are you
like
V?
or like a J?
Your back's like curling up and your head's up. I don't know the name of it.
I don't know either.
You lay down on your stomach and then pretend you're doing a push-up. You do a push-up and you leave your lower body on the ground.
Yeah, just coming out of the sea.
Like you just push up your upper body.
That's upward dog. That's upward dog.
Oh, upward.
Yeah. We could just all do that for the first half an hour of the show every day or every week. Every day.
Dude, I did a 30 days of yoga thing and it was good. I got way more flexible. And like I felt better. Like it's a real thing. Huh. It actually works. And you can go on YouTube and just look and like you can do like the easy ones.
Yeah.
I highly recommend. It's
Maybe
like 30
I'll do that for the month of July.
30 minutes, bit of stretching.
Strength training is important.
I could probably use that.
Flexibility is strength.
Just remember that. Listen, we're off on a tangent again, gentlemen. But this is
sorry.
The whole pliability thing is how Tom Brady was able to play as long as he was. Because when he got hit, he wouldn't, his shit wouldn't get out of whack because he was more flexible. He wouldn't.
But that goes for I would say that probably goes for most older athletes, like people like Corey Perry and like those type of guys who are like advanced in their careers and they're still playing on a relatively good pace at this point, right? Like
they're usable,
they're not the players they're used to be, but they're usable. So like they've got to be doing stuff to help their Pilates. Right? Maybe
could be. No, yeah, yoga is sweet. Yoga's sweet. Next time we all get together, when we go to the lake, we'll do some lake yoga.
That's nice,
dude. Right on the water. Oh yeah.
You just wake up hungover at like 9 a.m. It's like, all right, boys, we gotta center ourselves now.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, Columbus adds a couple players, new coach, trying to get better than what were they, 4th last year?
Yeah,
like they're pretty bad. Or were they 3rd? 3rd last.
I think they might have been 3rd last actually, because I think San Jose was 4th last. I think it was.
Oh,
I think it was Chicago. I think it was
Columbus, Chicago.
No, it was Anaheim. It was Anaheim, Columbus, Chicago, because Chicago jumped.
Yes. Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Interesting. Whatever. Anyway, let's talk about some news. And listen, because for this, especially for this topic, I brought some snacks. Cole Caulfield gets signed to a nifty little deal there. That's going to be very nice in a couple of years. Benny, why don't you tell us the term and everything? And I'll open my Twizzlers.
I don't remember the exact number. I want to say it was 7.725 or something. It was like just a hair under Nick Suzuki's
7.85.
Okay. For 8 years, it's great. Like I think it's like it has a possibility to maybe be a little expensive these first couple years, but if he becomes what he's like projected to become, given a few years, it's going to be a great deal. He did the full 8. There was no I'm just going to do 3 or 4 to get to more money with an increased cap. He did the 8 years. I think by year 6, 7, 8, it's going to be a great value deal. And I mean, like, you can always take this as, okay, he just signed this deal with a team. He's probably going to say nice things, but he said all the great things you'd want him to say in his like post-signing press conference about how he wants to be here. He wants to finish what he sort of started with Nick Suzuki here. And like, he has no attachment to Montreal before this. Like, he's a Wisconsin kid who rooted for the Avalanche when he was young. So like, it's just nice to see somebody choose Montreal to such a degree. It's not something we're used to. Not for a very long time anyway. They haven't really been a free agent destination for a long time. So it's cool to see somebody kind of dedicated to that. And like, yes, that could just be PR speak, but he also did the 8th year. So seems to
They do
be
the 8th year.
what his heart's saying too. So it's nice to see.
So how much?
I liked it.
How much was it again? How much was the AAV per year?
7.85 for 8 years.
So yeah, when I saw that, I immediately kind of like thought that's a similar contract, kind of like that Stützle signed with Ottawa last year.
The Stützle contract, the Norris contract, they're all both
What was
around
his,
the same.
Yeah,
Eight?
Stützle's was 8x8, 8.5 almost.
Yeah.
But it was a little bit more, but it just reminds
Which is
me.
fair because Stützle's honestly probably going to give you a little bit. Like Cole Caulfield's great, I love him, but like he's not as complete a player.
Not yet.
Yeah, but
Not
who's,
yet. I mean, there's always-
who's better at diving?
That would definitely be Timmy
He
Stützle.
should have lost money for that. God.
I didn't mean to bring it to Ottawa. I just thought it was like a.
Oh, that's fine.
Comparison.
No, you're not wrong. They were very similarly structured contracts.
I keep getting fake notifications from like fake Twitter accounts that the Sens got sold. I got one today.
Did you get the one from?
I
like,
just swiped
Scott
it because I was
Gomez?
like, "That's not real."
There was
Or
a
I'll
Scott
wait.
Gomez.
Oh, somebody paid for like a cameo, right? From Scott Gomez, and I think
I don't know
saw
how
that.
I watched it this morning. I don't know how that was or what the deal was. I kind of have a feeling it was like I don't know. He more or less was like, I bought the Ottawa Senators. No, I didn't.
So somebody paid for him to say that, and then he realized what he was saying and was like,
I didn't watch through the.
Hold on.
I didn't watch through the full thing, but like I saw the little hit that video, and there was like the little cameo down at the bottom left. I'm like, oh geez.
That's funny. All right, well, let's talk about this real quick then, because I was listening to a podcast. I was listening to 32 Thoughts podcast, and I brought it up, and it made me think again about Pierre-Luc Dubois and how he wants to go to Montreal. And I was like, do it. But then listen to this. They also said Tampa. Like Elliot said, Tampa
said
could be an
few
option.
teams.
I was like, what?
Right? Yeah.
One, I don't want him. That dude's got a bad fucking attitude. The 2 times he's asked for a trade.
In what, 3 years?
In he was drafted in 2016, so 7 years, I guess.
My
I will
only
say at
argument
least
against
this time
that-
around. Oh, sorry, Eric.
No, yeah. Well, Ben, before you say that, I will say in his defense, he left Ohio and Winnipeg. That's
And Manitoba is
I'm just gonna
Canada's
say-
Ohio.
all jokes though. All jokes.
This time around, he did at least he gave the Jets a solid season on the way out. Like he wasn't pulling the thing, and I think it's just kind of becoming what you're starting to see more with RFAs, where Matt Tkachuk did it last year, where he had a year of RFA left, and he's like, "I'm not signing." So
Brinkett just did the same thing with Ottawa.
Figure it out a deal. It gets colored a little bit by admittedly his way out of Columbus was ugly, and that I think got a lot of people angry with it. But
he barely he didn't try. Like, come on.
Yeah, that last game he was played there.
I remember
rough.
those clips.
You fucking bum.
Yeah,
guys, I didn't realize how young he is too.
He's younger than us. He's Matthew's age. He's 1 year younger than us.
That's insane.
He's my sister's age.
That just didn't, for some reason, that just didn't register for me. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. If it's like
you seemed like you were making a point about Pierre, though.
I don't know. I don't
you
know.
Were saying 32 Thoughts.
Well, I mean, I just wonder if he goes to play somewhere and things go poorly, and then he's like, "Get me out of here!" Like if he just keeps doing this, like if he just keeps doing this.
I mean, that's possible.
Well, that's his track record so far. So prove otherwise.
So far, you're getting about 3 years of a guy.
The one interesting thing that I've heard from a lot of different
3-year contracts, and that's it.
Podcasters was the idea of Winnipeg gets frustrated with him and the situation they're in, where if he's just saying, or Montreal, anywhere else, I'm not going to sign anything more than a year or whatever, then Winnipeg might just be like, all right, we'll send you somewhere else then that wants him for like a year, like a contender that's like close that would be willing to just be like, I'll take a year of him at center because he's fucking good.
He's a good player.
Find somewhere and get as much out of him as they can.
Right, because he's going to be UFA after this. Then, all right, whatever, he'll do what he does after that. But somebody might be willing to take that on. Whereas any situation where they're negotiating with the Habs, they have like negative leverage. Like there's nothing there. Like
there's no point.
What are you gonna get for him? A first round pick, probably Florida's first round pick, and then some middling prospect or something.
You could have this first round pick. It's gotten stale.
Yeah. Because why would you? It's like this dude has literally spent the last few years being like, I'm gonna go to Montreal when I'm a free agent anyway. So like,
there's no point. There's no point to
they're not going to get anything out of Montreal. So
yeah,
unless you can get some kind of team friendly, like 8-year sign and trade set up, then that might be a situation where Winnipeg can get a little more value because you're providing a little more value because nobody else can do the 8 years.
I wouldn't be surprised to see that.
I don't know. It's going to be an interesting piece to the Habs this summer in particular of what's happening there, because if that doesn't go through again, it's going to be a pivot to something else. So I'm intrigued. I think it's going to be a busy draft again for good old Kent.
Yes.
Kent.
Yes.
Mr. Kent.
It's been so nice though to just be like, so far I don't think there's been a thing he's done that I didn't like. Like there's some things that have just been kind of like moves where it's like, all right, it doesn't really move the needle that much, but it's the moves you got to make, like all the minor players bringing in and out. But like, even with all the bigger stuff, it's just been good.
I think for
Slavkovsky, I'm still uncertain on. I'm still uncertain on Slavkovsky.
Well, in his defense, Shane Wright hasn't done much either. So
no,
as of right now, it's kind of a wash.
Sure.
But we'll have to wait and see.
I think the one thing about Hughes is like at least you could like just see kind of, I don't know, like the reasons behind the things he does. Like it makes, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like, oh, I can piece together why he would at least try to do this, you know? It's like, oh, okay. Like that's good.
While that like my bar is I have faith that he is going to try to bring in good players.
Yeah. There you go.
And not just 5 more of him on the blue line and wonder why it doesn't work. Anyway.
All right.
Pierre-Luc Dubois.
All right. Well, I hope he keeps doing what he's doing and stick with the team. What do you guys want to do? Do some hurdle? Do a little hurdle?
Oh, sure.
Take a break.
I want to take revenge on that game.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah.
What was the one last week from Anaheim that? Oh, it was Magna.
Jason Magna.
It was Sugma, yeah.
Sugma.
Or Smegma.
Smegma.
Yep.
That's
what it was.
I was gonna say Sugma. What's Sugma? And then you were gonna say.
Oh, I was gonna try and get Ben with one of those. I'll have to try later. All right, you guys watching?
Oh wait. Yeah.
That hair. What's going on there?
I don't know. It looks like a Pee Wee Herman type hairdo.
It honestly looks like a cartoon like hairline, like without.
Is it just me, or does that look almost Hitler
defined-ish?
It's
not that far off. It's not that far off. Don't like that.
Change your hairdo, sir. You gotta watch out.
Fuck.
I have no idea.
Guys, what NHLer would comb their hair like that?
It looks like thinner hair. My guess would be a Swede.
Wait.
Smaller
Mike,
head. Yeah.
Mike, is that Corey Perry?
Oh my gosh. Is it Corey Perry?
This silhouette looks young.
Oh, okay. Not Corey Perry.
Son of a gun. Son of a gun.
I thought
they're in the Metropolitan.
Metro, yeah.
In the Metro, yep. All right, Eric, do you have any Islanders that look like this? Probably not, because you got a buzz hair.
Well, hold on.
That's pretty short hair.
So Scott Mayfield does actually comb his hair like that sometimes, or at least that's what I feel like.
What's his
How do I
origin?
know this? I don't know.
Is
How
he
old is he?
Hold on, he's a defenseman.
Is he Canadian?
He's he might be Canadian. No, I think he's American.
He is American.
He's
Nice.
American.
Defenseman. Nice. Lower, much
Metro
younger than
D-man.
30. Much younger than 30.
Higher number than 24.
Let's think. All right. Rangers.
Wait, try Sandine. He went to Washington.
Oh yeah.
Sandine.
And he's young. He's a youngin.
Oh.
Well, we got some
23,
stuff.
Washington Capitals. Not Canadian, not American, not Swedish.
Who the fuck
Finn?
are their defensemen is the thing.
Finnish? Czechia? Czech Republic?
I couldn't name a single goddamn one of the Capitals defensemen other than him and Carlson, though. That's my problem.
Van Riemsdyk.
He's American.
Yeah.
Nick Jensen. You try Nick Jensen.
What's a Nick Jensen, I wonder? Jensen. American.
He's USA. All right.
Dang,
I don't
man.
know their
It's
I
gonna
don't know
be
their young defensemen.
It's gonna be like a 6, 7, 8 defenseman
Yeah, and I don't know their decor.
for the non-playoff making.
And he's young, so it could be one of these like up and down AHL guys that barely played.
Yeah, we're never gonna get this.
Hold on one sec.
I mean, we can look it up if you guys want. We're just
Isn't
not.
there a guy on the Capitals, Ferravari? Marcus
Ferrari, or isn't it like
Farvey?
No.
Farvey?
Try FH.
FH.
No.
Marcus?
I thought it was Marcus, but
Try
something.
Mark with a K.
No.
Marcus, is it that one?
Where?
Nunimara? That
No, the one under Mark Stone.
Nudivara?
Nunivara. Try it. Fuck it.
Nope.
Defenseman though. Let's go.
Not Finn. Not a Finn. So it's Czech Republic. It's Czech Republic.
Or a Russian.
Oh,
I want to
Could be
look
a
up.
Russian.
I want to look up this guy's name without cheating to see how to spell it.
Look it up.
But
just look it
I'm
up.
gonna try it.
We're gonna end up cheating on this anyway. We're not getting this fucking guy. Martin Fevari. Oh, Eric.
Oh, let's go.
How?
Martin, let's go.
How do you get that?
How? So that's a very memorable name.
Dang, man. Well
Oh,
done.
he's Slovakian.
I had
There we go.
listen. I was just going through. I know because I would always watch Caps Penguins games and cheer against the Penguins. I would always memorize like who's on Washington's decor.
Huh.
I remember I was like, wait, there was some weird name, dude.
Well done. I remember this name when you said it. I remembered it, but I was like, I don't know how to spell it.
I remembered hearing it at some point in time, but you could not have gotten me to recognize him or spell the name.
I know more about like Caps Penguins, even Philly. They're always the national broadcast games. So I feel like I just know more about what's going on with those teams. Like all the West Coast teams, even the Kings, even though I like the Kings, I have no idea what's going on with like their like young players coming up. Like because like when are they on national? You know, like maybe they used to be against the Blackhawks. That used to be like a big thing. But
Yeah,
not really.
Yeah. Well, let's do another one. Let's do another one then.
That's crazy.
Finally got it.
Yeah,
east.
we gotta get it better.
Finally got it.
Better
Finally
one.
got it east.
I'm gonna buy
I got an
myself
East,
beer.
and it was Ferrari.
Fahervy.
Yeah, how do you? Okay.
Oh dang!
What the hell?
That's a bald ass head, gentlemen.
I'm gonna go Giordano because that was the first baldy I thought of.
You know who I think it is? It could be Giordano. Oh shit!
Who else is fucking bald on?
Oh my gosh, who is bald on the Leafs?
Is Zach Aston Reese bald?
Yeah, guys, I got nothing on this one, so good luck.
Aston
It's up to
Reese?
three.
I don't think so. Holy shit!
Oh,
How is it
what?
not him?
My God, that is
28-year-old American center.
American center.
Who are their centers? Damn.
Who the fuck?
It's Matthews, Tavares, O'Reilly. At least that was their centers in the.
So it's some fucking scrub.
It is. It is some scrub.
Are you sure that's not Matthews and his hair's just really slicked back?
No, because
Yeah,
Matthews is what's the age there or what?
yeah, the age is
Oh,
wrong.
28. Yeah, it's 28.
That'd be funny though.
Damn, man.
Camp. No, American.
Dude, I have no
Achari?
idea.
Try Achari.
Why
Could
not?
it be
That's a
Noel?
good guess. That's a
Yeah.
good guess.
Dang,
Oh
good
my
try.
God.
Good try.
How?
This is wild.
Who? There's another American center. What the?
Maybe he plays
Man,
wing. Does he play wing?
Does he? Oh, he like might be listed as center, but he plays wing. Yeah.
Maybe they got a lot of centers. Let's go through their lines. Who the
Ryan
fuck is bald
O'Reilly.
though? Matthews, Marner,
That's where I'm.
Bunting. Another of them. Tavares, Nylander. Who the hell even plays on their second
Kerfoot?
line? Kerfoot, I
Kerfoot?
guess. Yeah. None of them. O'Reilly, Achari.
There was some dude they called up from the
Aston
AHL this year
Reese.
that played for a while that did okay.
Is it Simmons?
Start.
No,
Oh,
he's older than that.
I don't think
Wait,
so. He
I
is
thought
older.
Si-
He's well older. And he's
Oh, yeah,
Canadian.
he is.
Stop. Type in Bobby because I think that's the guy's first
Bobby
name.
McMahon?
Yeah, try him.
Oh, good try.
Oh,
Good try.
honestly,
Good
though,
try.
good try, Benny. The
I'll give
fact
you
that
points
knew
for that. I'll give you points for that.
What the?
Who
What
the
about
fuck is this?
fuck.
Nick's gonna say the correct name because he's looking it up. what about who's that guy I heard?
Hey, don't
about?
look it up, Nick. Come on. It's lame. Hello.
Type in. Oh, never mind.
Dude, who the hell is bald? Who's a bald center for them?
Who did they bring in? Try Sam Lafferty. I'm just saying names at this point.
Oh,
Let's go!
nice. There you go. This fucking guy.
We had to go through every fucking. Look at the how obscure ass the fucking names were.
I know.
And we got
Uh,
both of them, guys.
Fucking hurdle.
Only
Yeah.
you
We're,
would know
we're
that.
unstoppable.
Yeah, we got to end it on that one for sure.
We're unstoppable.
All right, we're gonna take a quick little break, and then we'll be back, and then we'll talk about what everybody actually wants to talk about, and that's Stanley Cup Final. We'll be back. right, we're back. Okay, Stanley Cup final, gentlemen. Stanley Cup final. We thought there was going to be some fight, a little bit of fight back there for a minute. So what was it? 2-0?
2-0.
Last week?
In the series, yes, yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. So it is now 3-1. Vegas beat Florida last night. Florida wins game 3 in comeback last minute fashion, as they tend to do.
And
Every time.
And fucking Matthew Tkachuk again.
Matthew Tkachuk again scores a tying
Every
goal
time.
with less than a minute
They
left.
almost tied it up at the end of game 4 too. At the end.
Yeah, they did make it close.
If only they could play like that before 1 minute left. Holy shit.
Yep. Yep.
But then, so then Vegas wins game 4. So now they're going back to Vegas with a chance to win on home ice. It's exciting.
Vegas,
what are you guys seeing? What are you guys seeing from the series so far? Why is Vegas owning Florida currently?
Last night was the first time I'd actually watched any games.
Oh.
I watched the back half of it. I started in like midway through the second, watched the rest. I don't really know. They just seem to
There's a lot of
play from the
traffic
back
on
end.
Bob, is what I've heard.
That and the play from their back end is like so far and away like their advantage
Vegas?
over Florida. Like to have like Petro and Shea Theodore like doing the crazy things they're doing, and also some of the passes that I've seen Jack Eichel get off, like it's just
he's been real good.
Not to mention Alec Martinez is still there too, and you're like, oh, well, we're not even going to talk about him.
Yeah.
Great
Stanley
depth
Cup winner.
playoff defenseman. Yep.
On a backup to a backup goalie.
Yep.
Yeah, they
Third
literally
string
have
goalie.
their third string in there, just killing it right now, which is kind of wild.
I've watched all of the games pretty much. Has anyone else here done the same, Mike?
I watched 1 and 2, and then I watched some of 3. I had it on while I was playing Hogwarts Legacy.
Nice.
And then I didn't watch last night's game because we were at Danielle's mom's. We didn't put it on. So.
Okay. I think the big thing, just Ben, I agree with you. I think the difference is Vegas's D. I think Florida's offense has been pretty tenacious, right? You have guys like Bennett and Tkachuk, and they get in your face. They finish their checks, right? Even Gudas. And I think Vegas's D, they've just been able to not only take it, but dish it out. Like you got McNabb
they fully
back there.
don't care about all of the like after whistle stuff that everybody's been kind of getting shocked by a little bit with Florida all playoffs so far.
Yep. Yeah. And they will engage with it and know when to not engage with it. If you guys remember the first game of this series, Florida was trying to stir shit up the entire game, and Vegas, like Nick Hague, every time Nick Hague got touched, he would just like laugh at the Florida players because Vegas would just go on another power play. And like Florida was taking a lot of undisciplined penalties.
They were.
So I think they're shooting themselves in the foot, and that's another thing. Special teams has been a huge difference. Florida's power play has been not good this series at all because they do get power plays.
They get some.
They get power plays.
They got to even them out a little.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's officiating. We can get to that. Officiating has been kind of
it's just bad.
Series.
I think
it's just been bad.
The other biggest factor so far too has been not that Bob's been bad, but like he's looked a lot more human than he had.
Yeah, this
other series.
This is what this is how it is. This team was only going to go as far as Bobrovsky's going to take them.
Yeah,
I don't think they're like those games. It's not like they're blowing. They haven't been blowing them out, have they?
No.
Game 2.
One of them they did.
Game 2, I think.
One of them was
real
7-2. I think.
Yeah. There was one that was
like
real bad.
the last two games have been close.
Yeah.
They've
been close.
And I just know because I watch as much recap of it as I can in the morning when I'm at the gym, and I mentioned it a couple minutes ago. I think the biggest thing that Florida's seeing right now is there's a lot of traffic in front of Bob, whether that's Vegas players or just like Florida back end guys who are trying to clear him out. Cause it's just like an aspect of the game that they haven't really faced much going into it because Bob's had a lot of success just like being in the right spots, right? So.
Yep, I agree. I think that's the weird thing about Bob. The high danger chances, he still looks incredible. It's the chances from afar and the tips and getting bodies in front and like finding those lanes and getting pucks through. That's the big difference. Like it's crazy. Like there's a 2-on-1 or a breakaway, Bobrovsky's like 97% of the time he's saving it. It's like actually crazy. But then if there's a shot, like Vegas's D is so good at finding the shooting lanes, they'll just like find a way to
the guy in front. Yeah, like
yep, because Bob can't see. What's he gonna do? You know. Exactly like you said.
Well, interesting.
But
one thing I enjoyed about Game 3 was after the game was done, TNT went right into Avengers Endgame.
Hey, there you go.
Funny.
So I went to brush my teeth after the game, and then I came back out, and it was the beginning scene with Hawkeye, and I was like, ooh. Danielle was like, you need to turn that off because you won't go to bed. I was like, just a little
You'll
bit,
watch
please.
the entire thing.
I almost did too.
Oh, no.
Underrated thing with Vegas's roster too, in terms of the getting into the physical stuff with Florida and not shying away from it. Guess how many players that Vegas has under 6 feet tall on their roster?
Under 6 feet?
Marcia, that's it.
Marcia, so I feel like Riley
3.
Smith is under 6 feet. No?
Just Marcia.
It's Marchessault, and then also, but he hasn't been playing since I think the first round, Phil Kessel. But
yeah.
Phil Kessel.
So in terms of people on the ice, the only guy they have under 6 feet tall for the entire team is Marchessault.
And he's the guy
just
that's lighting it up.
scoring So everything's going. He called somebody else a little man the other day.
Yeah, I saw that. Hot mix. That was funny.
Who do you guys think is going to win the Conn Smythe?
We had this conversation, I think, before the series started. But now that the series has gone on for 4 games, what are we thinking? I think me and Eric had the same.
Marchessault for Vegas.
Yeah, that's what I
know I had. But who did I have for Florida?
You like me?
This is assuming that Vegas wins because I have a hard time believing Vegas is going to lose it on home ice.
Yeah, so this is how I thought about it, and I think Eric agreed with me. My thought was if Florida wins the cup, because that's the only way a Florida player will get it, it's going to be because of Bobrovsky. So I picked Bobrovsky.
Did I say Tkachuk to be different?
You said Tkachuk to be different, and you said Eichel. You said Eichel because it would be funny if Eichel had a Conn Smythe and a Stanley Cup before Connor McDavid.
Right.
Both good takes, man.
Yes. I agree. No, I think Marchessault, Eichel's a fine choice.
I think it'll be
Tkachuk's
Marchessault.
a fine choice too, though.
Marchessault just keeps scoring, dude. He just keeps scoring.
Yeah.
He had 1 in the first game, and I was like, well, there he is again, 1 more. And he had 2 in the second game. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this guy won't stop.
Did you guys see in Game 3 that pass Eichel had to him for that one-timer on the power play? Oh my god!
From the opposite corner through
nice.
multiple legs. Yeah, that was a nice pass.
That was
like the second one. That was like the second time this series that someone has passed from that spot to to Marchessault.
Yep.
They're a good team, man. They are a good team.
Vegas is
pretty good
really
at that hockey. It seems to be.
Interesting Vegas thing that I forgot about until I thought about it last night because Chandler Stevenson was having like a great Game 3. He just wasn't burying anything, and you could tell he was frustrated. And then he has 2 goals, Game 4.
Yep.
And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, Chandler Stevenson has always been like a great playoff guy because of his speed. He draws penalties. He gets chances on the breakaway, right? Like, I know a while ago where Chandler Stevenson was like the topic of discussion because everyone was like,
we were crapping on him. because we were like, why is Chandler Stevenson their number 1 center?
Their number 1,
1 center. He's a good player, but they needed to add more.
Yes, that's fair.
And then they did, and now they're very good.
Exactly. Yeah. But I completely forgot Chandler Stevenson was a huge part of that Washington team that beat Vegas in the Cup final.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now he has a chance to be on the other side of it. That's
you know what
crazy.
Vegas spent to get him?
Chandler Stevenson?
Yeah.
A pack of extra peppermint. No?
I believe it was a 5th round pick.
Was it
I'm
spearmint?
going to look that up real quick.
Dude,
He's been awfully
this
good.
is what
He's been
Ben,
awfully good over the last 2 seasons for Vegas too.
Yeah.
Like you say all the time, Ben. Like it's like people are like, "Oh, Vegas was like gifted all these good players." It's like, well, it's not. The NHL didn't rig it. GMs are just stupid
Sometimes not that smart.
It's like, come on.
Yep, forward sent to Vegas for 5th round pick in 2021 draft. They got him for a 5th round pick.
I wonder what they picked with that as well.
Probably not somebody who's done as much as Chandler Stevens has done.
Probably not. Probably not. All right. Let me hear some predictions here. Game 5 in the T-Mobile Arena with the Knight. Also, I saw they did have a sword fight at one of the games.
Oh, they did?
The Knight was doing a sword fight. I saw it in like promo footage.
Who was he fighting?
I don't know. I just said it was a quick shot, like a couple.
Panther.
Like
An actual panther.
Dude, please. Not a real panther, but like someone dressed up as one. That would be funny.
Vegas Game 5.
So yeah. Sorry, I got distracted there. Nick says Vegas wins it in Game 5. Does Vegas win it here at home? It's always
pretty
fun.
sure I said Vegas in 5 last week.
I agreed.
By that. I will stick by that.
Eric had Vegas in 4.
I did?
Someone did. It wasn't me.
You know what? I'm just gonna say I did.
You know
I
what?
still stand by that. They
Vegas
can still
in
win
4.
it in 4. I agree. I think at home, I think the way they've played and the fact that they have the chance to do it at home, Florida's like banged up right now too.
They're all hurt.
I see Vegas winning it. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. They especially like just this series, they've looked untouchable at home.
Yeah.
It was insane.
So yeah.
Plus, it's always fun when the home team wins the cup.
Yeah.
It is cooler.
It's extra exciting.
Because then it's not just because everybody usually stays because it's like you pay to be at a Stanley Cup final game and you're going to see the cup awarded because that's part of it.
Oh yeah.
But like if you're playing away and win, it's just all of the home fans just kind of standing there looking like, oh, okay,
this is lame. You
and
suck.
then just the smattering of your team's fans that made the trip just be like, fucking run.
Yeah, plus when they like they show the person skating around with the cup, you can hear what everybody on the ice is saying because nobody else is cheering.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's definitely better to win it at home. I hope and I think Vegas will. And I will be watching, but that's Tuesday. Not even tomorrow. There's two nights. Two nights of rest.
Tuesday.
Yeah. Interesting to see. Well, that's all I had.
Cup, oh boy.
It's not done yet. It's not done yet.
I saw a tweet that was It was an Aiden Hill comparison from a couple. I can't remember the exact
comparison to another player.
Yeah, just another like type of situation where a person got traded from a team and then ended up.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yes. Shit.
And I don't know who the other guy was.
It was a San Jose trade again. It was a San Jose trade.
It was Kiprusoff? Mika Kiprusoff?
Yes.
It was the Kiprusoff one.
It was Kiprusoff.
Yeah, Kiprusoff got traded from San Jose, went to Calgary and won a cup. And then
all the things were like the same.
Yeah, it's the exact same situation.
Third string goalie. Yada yada yada. The only difference is Kiprusoff was Calgary's #1 goalie.
He wouldn't have won. He went to a cup final. He lost in the cup final though. Tampa.
I was gonna say I don't think.
Oh yeah, because
right.
it was Tampa Calgary.
That's right.
Wait, when was Calgary's franchise has a cup, right?
Yes, 1989.
80s, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 89 because they beat the Habs. That was Lanny McDonald.
Yes.
That was Lanny McDonald's first cup.
Yes, that guy.
Good for him.
Because it was actually like they had the Habs
man.
and Flames had a weird like rivalry stretch in the late 80s because they met in the 86 Cup Finals when the Habs won, and then the 89 Cup Finals when the Flames won. Yeah.
Very nice. All right, well that's all I had for hockey. Does anybody want to end with a tangent on something random?
Yes.
Okay.
What do you got?
I've seen the new Spider-Verse movie 2 times already.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard only good things.
It's phenomenal.
I didn't even see the first one.
You should see the first one.
You should see the first one. The first one's fantastic.
I have it over
It's
there.
really awesome. It's really good.
Go to Disney Plus.
Oh, it's on
It is on Disney Plus?
Now, yeah.
At this point.
Well, it's
Maybe
a
not-
Sony picture, so I don't know.
Oh, never mind.
Might be on
Although
Hulu.
they got the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man the other day on Disney Plus. It was weird.
That's nice.
But yeah. I'm hoping to see that soon, Eric. I've only heard good things. I would like to talk to you about it once I've actually seen it. But
it was very good. Also, my parents saw the new Guardians movie yesterday.
What did they think?
And they thought it was really good. They were like, we were not expecting it to be what it was. I'm like, yes.
How much context did they like? How many of the other Marvel movies?
They've seen all of them. Well, Marvel movies, but they've seen like the pretty major ones. Like they've seen all the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. They've seen like Endgame and Infinity War.
Right. Okay, so they got all of the Guardian story. Okay, so yeah, they weren't going to be lost. Okay.
Yeah. So like they love like, I mean, my parents love like, they know all the actors and actresses behind all like the character. Well, I mean, I know some of them are like you could tell that it's them, but others are CGI. Like Bradley Cooper is Rocket. So.
Yeah. Or Vin Diesel as Groot.
Yeah.
That's got to be the easiest fucking money he's ever made.
He had to say different words in that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say that this most recent Guardians movie is the first one that you really could notice that it was Vin Diesel. Like the other movies, you couldn't, in my opinion.
It was easier in the first one. But definitely when he was Baby Groot. It was no.
Yeah, because they like pitched it. Probably. I don't
even know if that was even him. That might not even been him.
Because it definitely wasn't him making that. I don't think he has the voice acting talents to do like the high pitched noises. His voice seems to have one setting.
It does.
And it's
very low.
I gotta watch that. I gotta watch Fast 9, and you know where that is? It's on Peacock. So before I get rid of Peacock, I gotta watch that.
Also on.
I've never gotten that.
HBO.
Really?
Oh.
Weird.
Hold on, let me think.
Interesting.
HBO.
So that's just Max now, Nick. Come on.
Yeah.
It's on. I believe it's on Max.
If
you have it, yeah.
Somebody's got to figure out this whole naming thing.
Well, HBO's had they had HBO Go, they had HBO Now, they had HBO Max. Now they're just Max. I'm like, figure it out, guys.
Figure it out.
Also, I didn't use it.
I'm gonna watch Game of Thrones on HBO. No, I'm gonna watch it on Max.
There's that. But I also I didn't I never had the app, so I didn't feel like experience it. But I saw people tweeting about it where when it switched over to Max, they didn't just update the HBO Max app. They made an entirely separate app for some reason.
Dude, HBO
just update the one you have. Like, what do you?
So dumb.
Yeah,
so dumb.
HBO.
Because it was during Succession, so there was a bunch of people that went to watch it on Sunday night and didn't realize they had to install a whole one,
brand new app and sign in and SSH.
Yeah,
HBO.
90% of people don't know their login information, so it was probably everybody freaking out.
Oh yeah, dude, I do that every time I gotta sign into something new. I'm losing my mind because I'm like, I know it's one of these passwords. Let me in. And then
the one that pisses me off the most is when I get it wrong, whatever, and I'm fine, I'll make a new one, and then you type it in, and they're like, you cannot use the same password.
Oh, I'm can't use a previously used password. You motherfucker.
Well, I'm gonna put my fist through the screen right now, bud. It's just
You're admitting that was my password.
My thing that annoys me is you have an account with somewhere. And then you try to log in and it doesn't work. You don't know your password. And then you're like, do I even have an account? So then you back up and you sign up, use that. email address.
This
It says,
address already has an
you
account.
have an email address already. This is an invalid email address. It's already registered. I'm like, the fuck it is. I don't know the password.
Yeah. Good times.
It's unfortunate.
It's messed up.
All right.
Nice.
Well, we can call it there, gentlemen. Nice little tidy hour show.
Yeah.
That's how it goes when we get to the late season. There's not that much hockey to talk about.
There is some stuff we're gonna need to talk about here in the next week, I would say.
Yeah.
1 week, yeah. There should be some moves. Should be
We'll have
some
a cup winner,
Yeah.
and then
We need to talk
the flurry of trades and signings should not signings unless the re-signings, but it's all gonna start soon. It's gonna get going soon enough.
Yes.
July 1st is right around the corner.
Yep. So
when's the draft?
28th, June 28th.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
And then all the award ceremonies after that.
Yes, they are after this year. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, are they?
So then
I think we looked this up the last time this came up, and I think it was. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So next week we'll talk about that then. Talk about some awards.
That is going to be a long one then.
It won't be that long. We'll steam through it. All right. Well, we'll see y'all next week. Make sure you're watching the hockey because one of these next couple games, that cup's going to be raised.
Going to be in the building on Tuesday.
It's in T-Mobile's arena.
And did the Panthers jinx themselves by touching their?
Ooh, I hated that. What did I see? Who did I see? They were like, "Oh, the Panthers touch the whatever trophy." Looks like they don't care about jinxes. And then I was like, "The fucking Lightning did that 2 years in a row, 3 years in a row."
There was because there's been so many years where it's like also been where both teams touched it, and then like everybody's always like, "Oh, this losing team touched it." Just don't look at the other one. It's fine. It's been such a very, very dumb superstition for a while, but yeah.
But anyway, we'll see you guys next week.